Hi, this is DJ Tina, host of HMTV Canada eZine. On the phone with me today is Ian St. John of Davinci's band. Hi John, congratulations on your new EP Surrealism.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Hi, how are you?
Good. Can you tell us about Surrealism, anything from inspirations, messages, or challenges to recording your new album?
Oh my god, the challenges, there were so much challenges in recording this out in the EP, which is due out on the 29th of September. It just came, just trying to put the ideas together and just trying to get inspiration from so many different ideologies. Was one of our main challenges. As you know, we're three diverse individuals. We all come from different parts of the world. We all come with different influences in music. So that kind of contributed to what we've finally recorded now. And that's part of why we named the EP Surrealism. It has, because it's kind of ideas that we have, in our dreams. And when you kind of think of, when you kind of dream things and you visualize it, it's trying to make it into something of a reality. So now it's kind of a reality for us. So that's why we named it Surrealism. If you know what I mean.
How did you meet co-producer Lou Reed?
Louis Reed, actually, it was weird because it was I kind of did work experience at Sony years ago when I was doing my dissertation at university. I called up Sony and said, "Hey, please guys, can I do work experience for you guys?" And they said, no, you can't because they don't normally take people. But I sent them an email and told them, look, I'll make you hot chocolate, tea, coffee all day. I just need to please let me do work experience to gather information, and understand more of the industry in the thesis I was doing. And then the guy called me back and said the email was so funny that he sent me, come in for 1 week and you can and gather as much information as you can. I then met a guy, the first guy I met when I started my work experience at Sony. His name was Olivier Benzade, so he was the international director for Sony. I went into his office, introduced myself, and he said, "Wow, you're the first person, first work experience person to come and introduce themselves." And so he mentored me for many years. This was 4 years ago. So he mentored me for many years after that, which finally led on to this, for when we need to record this EP. He then called a few producers and we interviewed them and said, and they interviewed us to see, which one was compatible, creatively. And it turned out that Louis Reed, through the recommendation of Olivier Benzade, allowed us to work with him, and it's just been such an amazing journey.
Your new track Generation that John Altman, Hollywood music director, featured on Golden Globe Award, Emmy Awards. Is this track included on your EP Surrealism?
Yeah. We're so excited about that one as well, the New Generations. That is included. That's basically about peace, hope, and harmony, trying to, bring people together and, use music. I know it's been done a lot, but, we always want to keep that reminder and keep that new cycle, that new generation of that feeling. And, it's very important diversity in our society through music and in all walks of life. So that's kind of what inspired us to write that song.
Can you tell us about your festival anthem, Louise and Amy?
Oh, Louise and Amy. Actually, it's funny because we've renamed it to Who We Are, which we've actually released right now on the iTunes. Mm-hmm. So we just released that, we released that last week on iTunes. It's so great. We've had a lot of bookings because of the song to do a lot, to do festivals with that song. It's really doing well. It's basically just a summer song. It's a summer anthem. It's seasonal. Yes, it goes within the seasons. A journey. It's an epic journey of musicality, and the lyrics is really about how one views the world and how how we want to move in the world. In different paths and different certain things that you trust. certain paths in life that you trust and you want to move in that direction. So it's really, and it's also like, we always, I used to always fall in this thing where I used to always think it was me against the world, or it's me by myself. But the reality is a lot of people love us, love you, and that's kind of the message of this song. And just not always focusing on the fact that it's just you and you, just me, myself, and I. There's so much more.
What are some of the highlights of your tour in the UK?
Oh, the tour right now, we're getting ready to do a huge UK tour around, in Scotland and Wales and in England, south of England, middle England. The first part of the tour, which we're based in London, has been so great. We've had so much fun. The feedback's been amazing, and that's why it's led to this UK national tour. We're just getting ready. We're just getting ready for the promotion, the radio promotion, press, TV, and stuff like that. So we're just getting ready for that. But so far it's been an exciting journey. The venues in London are great. The people, the crowd in London are great. The music scene, as you might know, is amazing in London. So it's been electrifying. Yeah.
Will Davinci be producing any videos on their EP Surrealism in 2008?
Yeah, we will be. We're going to be doing one for Who We Are in a month's time, which is the single. And we're going to be doing one for New Generation, because that is, for me, that for the band, that is very much of a charity song. It's very linked to charity in the sense of we're headlining a campaign for the Simon Wiesenthal Center, which promotes tolerance. As you know, I don't know if you've seen the museum in New York and LA, the Tolerance Museum.
No, I haven't.
Sorry.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, well, so it's really generating more awareness of tolerance on a general level, and so this song has been kindly attached to that theme. So we'll be doing a video to obviously portray more of that message.
Current lineup of the band members in Davinci are still the same, and what are the roles in the band?
Okay, so I'm the lead singer-songwriter. We have Derek Yahoo, who's the lead guitarist. We have Casper Christensen, who is the keyboardist. We're the front of the band. We also have support musicians like bass and drums that support us, when we tour, when we gig and stuff like that. But the three of us, Derek, and Casper, are the front of the band, and we coordinate everything that goes on creatively. Yeah.
Who writes the band songs, and what do you express in your lyrical content?
I'm the lyricist of the band. I write the. I don't know. It's everything I relate to in the sense of philosophy in life, of journeys that I've been through, or I've experienced, or observed from other people's experiences. It's relationships, but not in such a love, the whole like, oh, I love you kind of thing, but in the challenges that one faces in relationships. So I think, and as in the New Generation song, it's very much about, cultures coming together. That's I was born in Scotland. I'm African. I'm black. British. Derek's British, but from China, Vietnamese. Casper is from Denmark. So do you understand? It's about coming together, bringing different cultures. We're not manufacturing it, but like as a natural, organic process.
Who helps out in mixing, mastering, and recording Davinci's songs?
Oh yeah, that's a combination of Olivia Benzardi and Louis Reed. So they're the ones who who were really the brains behind the production side of things. They coordinated that, which I'm telling you was the most amazing experience. It was so stressful during that whole. It was one of the hardest times that we've experienced. But we did learn so much from it, and yeah, thanks to Olivia and Louis Reed, we were able to come out with an EP, Surrealism, that we're really happy with.
Were there any challenges in producing your last EP?
Oh, no, this is our first. This is our debut.
Okay, your first. There were no challenges in producing your first EP.
Challenges. There was time challenge. There was time. We only had a set time to do things, and then we had the string quartet that came to do the new generation. We also had to send John Altman a quick version, a version of one of the song that he was going to score to, because he only scored one song, which was New Generations. Mm-hmm. So we had to send him the score, which he was in Los Angeles at that time. Okay. No, not the score. Sorry, the music. So then he had to quickly, within a day, score it, because we needed it by the following day, because the string quartet was already arranged to come at that, at that time. So within about, so we had to I was on my email waiting for him to send this electronic score sheet. Just we were all panicking, because it was all, time was money. Money is time. But thank God it finally it arrived before the evening of the Sunday, and then the Monday we were able to, the other challenge actually was the fact that we didn't know what does the music of what John had written sounded like. So it's always like, oh my days, these guys are gonna play it, but is it gonna be good? Any good? So it's like the trust. We had huge trust elements on everyone. So it turned out to be an amazing piece that John Altman had written, and it added so much value to the work that we did at the time.
What can fans expect from Davinci's live performances?
We're very much of an epic kind of band. It's like our music kind of tells a story, but always has this kind of journey of epicness in it. During our performances, we're very involved in the actual music in itself. It's very emotional. For me, it's a very emotional thing, because once again I'm extracting from a lot of experiences and emotions. So it takes you on a journey. That's why it's called surrealism. It's a surreal journey. So I hope that that kind of feeling and experience is what our fans or just music lovers could take away.
Do you sell CDs and Davinci merchandise at your live gigs?
Currently we're not selling any merchandise. Was that the question?
Yes.
No, we're not selling any merchandise as yet. We are going to start that during our tour in August in the UK. Is we've just been focused on performing, really performing, connecting with the crowd, meeting the crowd, and it's been really on that level and enjoying that experience. So there has been a huge demand for merchandise, so that's why we said, okay, we'll set up a site for it, but we really want to keep it on a very natural basis. We don't want to lose, become so corporate, But I guess that's a process. As more people demand for certain things, then you have to meet that demand.
What does the band think of the music industry today internationally, and what would they like to see change?
What can I say? I think that that's what actually the thesis I was writing about the downloading, copyright issues online. I see the industry internationally is more accessible than before, but that's relative, but what I would like to see change is more of an order towards the way the way the industry is worldwide, but then with that order it might bring back the same kind of monopoly of companies, again, but with the way it is now, it's kind of accessible. It's very, very much, people could just listen to anything you want at anyhow. The prices are not as ridiculous, expensive as it used to be. If you want to, buy a single, download it. You don't have to buy the whole album now. You could select what songs you want on iTunes and stuff. So I think right now is we're an exciting place for the music industry, a very exciting place. But it's just how it's channeled and where we're able to take it from here.
Is Davinci signed to a record label?
We've set up our own company, Davinci Worldwide Music Limited. So everything is going through that, So it's that's what, going back to that the other question you said, is that's what is, that's kind of what's happening now. It's very easy to set up your own label. It's very easy to distribute from your own label, because you have tools like iTunes and very, very, and other, side companies that could support you, So everything is going through the company that we that Davinci's band set up.
Within the record label, how's everything going business-wise? Is it going good?
For now, yeah, thank God, it is good. It is going good. It's it's the first step. Pushing our music out, having a single now available on iTunes. It's coming this far. It's something that we could never imagine. It's very it's surreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of it's amazing. It's been a hard. I'm not gonna lie, crazily hard. We had to dig so much into this. We had to put so much time, nights and days, and our lives into this.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Only time will tell now. So we just need, we need everyone's support in this. Really, really people's support to enjoy our music, to like our music, to buy the single, to and then we'll see how it goes from there.
Can the fans request Davinci music on radio in the UK?
As of next month, you will be able to do that, because that's when the radio campaign begins. Right now, no, the whole campaign is starting in the next 2 weeks. So yes, you will be able to do that.
Before we wrap up our interview, can you plug in your web address so fans can access your music and buy the Davinci merchandise online through the internet?
Yeah, sure. You could, So if you access, www.myspace, Davinci's with an S, Davinci's band. You'll be able to see clips of you'll be able to hear clips of our music, or you can go on Facebook, Davinci's apostrophe S band. It's very interactive. There's a lot of people on it, so there's a lot of information there. We're also on iTunes, so if you download if you have that iTunes, or if you want to download it, then you could get our single, Who We Are, which is available now. Our official site will be ready, which will be ready next month, which is www.davincisband.com. That'll be ready next month. So look forward. I hope you guys, send us a message. We want to, keep in touch with everyone, the listeners and the buyers and stuff, and keep you posted in what we're doing.
Awesome. Any last words?
The last words. Well, what can I say? Let's keep on moving and promoting intolerance, and we've come a long way from where it is. And may music be one of the tools to be able to bring people together, and and bring it more of an acceptance. So I think that's really our purpose, and that's where the direction we're going. Is that we're so fortunate to have music to be able to convey more of these messages.
Thank you, Ian St. John, for allowing our e-zine to interview your band. You rock.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye now.
Thanks. Bye.